I was actually wrong about the next Season 2 in Diablo 4 and I want to update my key points which I made in the previous video. I finished the Season of Blood with 2 of my characters. This includes finishing all the chapters, Battle Pass, Ubers, completing Vampire Board and getting the best 925 items. Although some of my points still stand, the progression has become much more appealing and less like a chore. Season of Blood is much better than I expected. The recent patches and this theme has fixed some of the issues and introduced many missing quality of life features such as gem materials, completed Renowned with the Altars of Lilith to save your time, or search bar which allows players to find specific items by name, stat or aspect description. Also horse controls are much better now, nightmare dungeons have much more density and give more XP in most of the activities, including Blood Harvest events. I've gladly farmed this activity over and over simply to get my character to level 50 and it was actually fast. At first I expected to tediously grind NM Steel 100, but Vampire theme really left some positive impressions. In this zone I could easily level my character while casually killing vampires, finishing bounties, getting blood, keys and tons of loot. So far by the time I am recording this video I have finished pretty much everything this game has to offer. My druid is level 100 and my wizard is level 90, and not gonna lie, all that was done in less than a week. Honestly, my initial plan was to level the battle pass and just leave, because judging by the first season this game was more like a secondary job than an exciting adventure. As you guessed, I was wrong, but not completely. This seasonal theme has more variety than the previous one. Instead of farming some pointless hearts which you have already perfected, Season of Blood has vampiric powers aka runes, which can be leveled up with the blood you find in the Blood Harvest activity. Some of these runes are of course hidden behind the story and leveling them is overcomplicated for no reason, but they provide a significant damage boost to all the available classes and builds. Even without the barber, these runes make your character way stronger and you can easily farm high tiers straight from level 50 or close in nightmare dungeons where mobs are 40 levels above you. Oh, and by the way, the pack system is not necessary in my opinion. I barely use these packs to meet the requirements for my runes. This system feels rushed and unfinished in my opinion. They drop everywhere and your gear already has some of the starter packs, so why should I use them? I don't know. And adding more packs doesn't boost your powers even further. The story was also quite good. It was short but it was much more compelling even though it has no connections with the original story. Lord Zir, who strongly reminded me Zoltan Kuhl from D3, was a pleasure to listen to, and the entire story with vampires was quite mysterious and dark. Once I got my character to level 60 I started doing nightmare dungeons as usual. Eventually I leveled up to 100 on my druid and I still haven't leveled all the glyphs to level 21, and honestly I don't see any reason for that. I can already kill Ubers, war bosses and clear high nightmare dungeons with no issues. As for the war bosses, they are still quite a joke for now. Any player who is above level 80 can melt these bosses in seconds. They don't pose any threat or challenge, but at least they now give you materials for the different endgame activity, Ubers. These Uber bosses are much more challenging and they provide some decent rewards, but for some reason they are not introduced directly into the seasonal theme except for some of the seasonal objectives. And to summon these bosses you need to gather specific materials, which is kinda cool. It gives more reasons to stay in the game, although the process of farming these special materials is not very entertaining. As a side note, I must say that thanks to these Ubers, the trade chat comes to life. People constantly trade summoning materials like living steel or X for gold and looking for Uber runs. It is a really positive change, but this game needs more than that. While these new Ubers, especially Duriel, definitely provide plenty of uniques and decent loot, I think there is not much reason to farm them. I mean, yes, you become stronger. Eventually you will one-shot any boss, but your end game goal still remains the same. Finish the battle pass, get to level 100, kill Lilith and be gone playing other games, or leveling another character to rinse and repeat the same steps over and over. And that's pretty much it. Season 2 has definitely improved Diablo 4, but it's still far from perfect. As I said in the previous video, the core of this game remains the same, and there's not much to do after we hit level 100. It is a lot like the Diablo 2 situation where you have to constantly farm Uber keys and bail. Of course Diablo 4 has way more content, but it has no purpose. This game still lacks social and endgame features, and it is in their hands to fix this. Thank you for watching and listening. Feel free to leave a comment and share your opinion on this season. If you like my content, please hit a like and subscribe for more videos. Unfortunately, I don't have much time to post a lot of videos with edits, but that's how it is. Have a nice day and stay safe.